What's up, guys? As you can see, I rode this thing today in the mud. It does alright. Those tires obviously don't grab for shit in the back, but otherwise it goes pretty good. It's really light, really light. You can feel how light it is when you're riding. But the focus today was I put this shock in here, which is it's like an old exercise machine shock. But let's see if I can make this happen without shaking the camera too much. Yeah, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. If you see those two little nubs sticking up here, right here, that's to index on the hood, which I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. If you see those little guys there, latches in perfectly. It's let's see if we can do this. It's not easy with one hand. There we go. She's in. Or is it? Yeah, it's there. And then this bungee cord here is what holds it down. Just goes to there for now. But it's bolted in on this side, the bungee. Right there. Seems to work nicely. Seems to work very nicely. See the clearance in there for the, oh, actually no, you can't. This is a shock. It's gonna need some sort of gusset here, obviously, but it works. It works perfectly fine as it is. I don't want to bend those pieces of square. And it's getting really close to being completely done. I'm gonna do, for the rear end, I'm gonna lock it like Doc Sprocket did. Not the second one, the first Doc locker. I'm a fan of that with the welded cross pins. Those are my favorite. I think the weldless option is nice, but I just like the solid cross pin because I have more faith in a weld than a 3/16 keyway, because I have definitely sheared keyways off inside of rims, and that's a bigger keyway for only half the torque that's applied on that. If you have a center, if your cross pins are in the center differential, in the center of the differential, and you're relying all on a 3/16 keyway there, that's a lot of power there. A lot of power. Especially if you're like aggressively pulley swapped like this thing is. It's a big jolt. Even into first gear, you hit the clutch a little too hard, I feel like it's just going to shear that key. So, yeah. I've had bad experiences shearing keyways. Even like I've had like a 3-inch long 3/16 keyway shear off in one of these rims before on a transaxle just like this. One tire, it was locked. It had a straight Doc locked axle in it. It was locked. Both sides had keyways, and this side was on a rock. This side was on mud. And I gave it some gas in first gear. Had a lot of torque, and just snapped. And there was the keyway. So I can only imagine if you have a lot of have it in the center, it can only be this big of a keyway. That's the only issue I see with the Doc Lock 2.0. Everything else is brilliant, I think, but other than that, other than the shock and the hood mount, that's all I got done today. yeah, the hood comes right off nicely, nice and easy, and it does actually pivot up. It does tilt up a little bit. I cut these here so I can pivot the hood up more. It does pivot up nicely now. It goes up to like here, and it does stay up. So I like that. I can take it off completely though. Yeah, real easy. Just pull it right off. The shock is perfect. I don't know. I did what because the shock was too stiff for me at first, so I took an 1/8 inch drill bit and just drilled right into it, through both layers. And this one I used hard gasket maker, then a layer of JB weld, and then a layer of rubber tape over the JB weld, and then I put hose clamps on over the JB weld, so I didn't have to weld, because I don't like to fuck with pressure vessels. Do not weld a pressure vessel. I don't give a fuck what I don't care. You do not fuck with that. Especially with oil inside. Just do not fuck with it. I don't care if it's flammable. I don't care what you say. I'm just never going to weld that. But otherwise it worked out nicely. Definitely worked out nicely. And I found a needle valve that is decent for this carburetor, but it still fucking sucks. I hate these. I hate them so much. I just hate that you can't see inside here. You can't look in there. You can't. Oh, I hate it. It's just the worst carburetor ever. I do have this is the carburetor I was talking about. I had this bad boy on a 16 horse opposed twin, and obviously you can see how it's yeah, this is the manifold I had on it. Worked really nicely with that twin. It opened that twin right the fuck up. It was I mean, comparatively, this is a 16 horse twin carb, and it's small in there. It's like a dime, the size of a dime. This one's like the size of a quarter on the inside. And I jetted this guy out bigger, so I'm gonna have to probably take it down smaller to go back on the 12 horse, but it's gonna probably stick out. I mean, I could get an OHV manifold or even a whatever manifold, but I think I'm gonna make my own and make the carb stick out right out the side. Would be cool. Or maybe just a little bit back this way. No, it'd probably end up sticking this way, but like at less of an angle. So just come out at a 45. I don't know, I'll figure out something for that. Definitely gonna get rid of that damn carburetor though. I don't care what I gotta do. But that's all I got for today. Just a short little update on the suspension and the hood mount. I had the brakes. I tested the shit out of the brakes today. Those brake pads are still holding up nicely. That is definitely the way to go when it comes to trying to maintain the stock brakes on here, trying to use them. Definitely use car brake pads and cut them. But alright, that's all I got today. I'll as soon as I get someone to hold the camera for me, I'll definitely do a test drive now. It's so it'll start up first pull every time, which is great because it's only a pull starter. I'm gonna get that electric start right out of there, save some more weight. It's just so light, such a light tractor. It's amazing what you can do. I took off all the plate in the front end. There's like no steel plate up there anymore. There was so much 3/16 plate that held in the stock front axle, and now it's all gone, and it's stronger than it was, and it's got suspension in the back. I took out the stock floorboards, which were freaking heavy as hell, on either the Murray or the Craftsman. That because I have the Craftsman body on a Murray frame. I took out a bunch of plate in the back and replaced like cross beams with tubing, which was lighter and stronger. So this bad boy is set up nicely. Does not fuck around, especially when it has traction. You get it out on the grass or in the trails and stuff like that, As long as it's not in mud, it is a badass machine. Does not fuck around. But I'll make some more videos coming up soon. And have a good one.